Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near and let them come up. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Ukarkadash, and the Heavenly Father. The true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Ba'ashem, and the name Hamashiach Yahushua. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash Holy Tongue. I say Shalom to the elders, Wa'akim Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a quick sit-down lesson of Joel chapter 3, verse 9, and that's the title of the sit-down lesson. And this is the prophet Joel chapter 3, verse 9, and it reads, it says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man. Let all the men in war draw near and let them come up. Right, and that's what we're seeing over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Western Asia, throughout that whole region. And we're seeing that around the world as well, too. So the Heavenly Father is putting the spirit on these nations. The Heavenly Father put the spirit on these nations to be in that warlike mindset, preparing them for war. And we're definitely seeing that throughout the whole planet Earth. As we seen what took place yesterday, Iran finally had respond due to the increasing speculations. When will, Iran attack Israel? Because, there have been hostilities between those two nations for quite a while. So Iran finally responded. I believe they launched like 200 or 150 or 200 missiles, if I'm not mistaken, if that's correct. And I believe they was in the mix with drone strikes and missile strikes as well too on top of that. And I believe the Israel Defense Force and the United States, they have intercepted some of those missiles. But that shows you that the escalations between Iran and Israel is only going to heat up, because they've been having both losses from both sides, especially from the Iranian side, especially from a few years back. One of their top leaders got killed in an airstrike, and as of recently as well too, for the past couple of months or so, from the year 2024 in the previous year, and as of recently as well too. So it's been a lot of built up hostility Iran have towards the IDF. So expect to see those escalations are only going to increase, between Iran and the Israel Defense Force. So it's going to continue to heat up over there in that region, over there in Western Asia, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Al-Shapat. And we seeing what's taking place with the Russian-Ukraine situation. That's only going to continue to increase. And we see EU versus NATO, Russia versus NATO, rumors of wars on and off, back and forth of that situation matter at hand as well too. And we seeing what's going on over there in the Korean Peninsula, North Korea versus South Korea, Japan, the United States. After the United States and Japan recently did their military exercise drills for the second or third time this year, if I'm not mistaken. And then Kim Jong-un showed their nuclear force continue launching missiles towards the eastern shores of Japan and over there in the Korean Peninsula. As Kim Jong-un not too long ago met with these army students, telling them to get prepared for war against their enemies. They'll do any means necessary. So that shows you just a prime example of the mindset of the armies of these nations. They are in that preparation of training in that warlike mindset, as it says in Joel 3 and verse 9. And what we seeing over there, the disputed islands not too far from the South China Sea. You got the escalations between China and the Philippines of the vessels and border ships over there in that area of the disputed islands, as China has to have full claim of the islands over there, as they are bullying the nations over there. And then you got the other Asian countries trying to have claim of that island. So a lot of escalations are building up of that as well too. And what's taking place over there in the South China Sea, you got China versus Taiwan, as Taiwan been monitoring the military situation over there with China, as they building up their military for quite a while now, as they getting closer and closer to that Median straight line, as they getting closer and closer to potentially invading Taiwan. And the United States going to have to step in of that as well too, because you got the United States and China is increasing unofficial allies, as the United States not too long ago funded Taiwan all that military money, They recently deported some soldiers over there to help train the Taiwanese armies. So that area over there in the South China Sea, those going to continue to escalate. And we've seen the Azerbaijan Armenian situation been increasing. And then we've been seeing clashes and uproars between the different nations and different kingdoms rising up against one another. So that shows you a prime example and an indicator that all that I just mentioned, it's only going to increase throughout the whole planet Earth between the armies of nations rising up against one another within itself and outside of their nations. So wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. So it's all only going to increase, you know. So with that, this was just a quick sit down lesson of the prophet Joel 3 and verse 9. So hopefully this quick sit down lesson was edifying, and that was the title of the sit down lesson. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akarkadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash, the Old Tongue. And I say Shalom to the elders, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf. Until next time, I will say Shalom.